like a Hellcat.
Welcome in geological knowledge. So today we will discuss a very important and significant topic related to economic geology, and in economic geology mainly with the classification of coals. On what basis the coals have been classified, their basis of the classification. Okay, so we will discuss basically about the Sellers classification, humic coal, sapropellic coal, boghead coal, and the canal coal. Okay, so let's start our today's discussion. So basically the classification of the coal is based on the ratio or the composition of carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. The three main components, जो main components हैं आपके, that is carbon, oxygen and hydrogen, CH and O. And when we discuss about the classification, its nitrogen content is usually constant. It's present but it's really constant, nearly amount ranges from 1 to 1.5%. So the classification of coal is based mainly on these elemental ratio, carbon, oxygen and the hydrogen content. The most fundamental classification of coal is given by analysis of the pure coal substances. Okay, so the basis is the pure coal substance. So very important and very significant is the Sellers classification. Sellers are divided the coal into four main groups on the basis of the carbon content, and each of this was subdivided into varieties and the genera according to the hydrogen content. Okay, so Seller used three terms. One is the prefix ortho. So prefix ortho he used for the coal that are regarded as typical representative of their species. So जो ortho prefix है that represent their species, typical species, and the coals containing more carbon than those of ortho type are given the prefix meta. So जिन coals में जो carbon content है that is greater than the ortho type, they have been given the name prefix meta, and those with the lower percentage of carbon are indicated by the prefix para. So this was this classification, ortho, meta and para prefixes. And for the coal containing more hydrogen than normal are called prehydrous, and those with less hydrogen than normal are called the subhydrous. Okay, so this is also important. Prehydrous and subhydrous means more hydrogen than normal will be called as prehydrous, and those with less hydrogen than the normal will called as subhydrous. And the inherent constituent of any coal can be divided into two main groups. Very important, this is macerals and the mineral matter. So maceral is basically the organic equivalent of minerals. जो organic equivalent है minerals का, that is known as macerals, and the mineral matter the inorganic fraction which is made up of a variety of primary and secondary minerals. So this is very important, the basis of the classification of mineral matter and the maceral, that which one constitute the maceral, that is the organic equivalent of minerals, and mineral matter that is the inorganic fraction, means inorganic content. So the composition and ratio of the two fractions reflects the makeup of the original material and indicates the coal type. So what consists is the maceral and mineral type, which defines the coal type, the basis and the types of the coal. So the degree of diagenesis or the coalification that a coal has undergone by a burial and tectonic effect determines the coal rank. Okay, so कोई जो coal है, so the degree of diagenesis, जो diagenesis की degree है, or the coalification process that a coal has undergone will by the burial and tectonic effect will determine the rank of the coal. The term brown coal is used for low rank coal. सो ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है इवन फॉर द ऑब्जेक्टिव पर्पज एंड फॉर द डिस्क्रिप्टिव पर्पज दैट sorry, which one is known as brown coal. So that is the coal of low rank coals. They are known as lignite or the just सब बिटुमिनस. जो आपका लिग्नाइट और सब बिटुमिनस कोल है दैट इज ऑफ लो रैंक इज बेसिकली ब्राउन कोल. एंड द ब्लैक और हार्ड कोल दैट इज यूज्ड फॉर coal of higher rank, the bituminous, semi anthracite and anthracite. So that is hard or the black coal and which is of higher rank. Okay, so this difference is very important for ऑब्जेक्टिव पर्पस एंड फॉर द डिस्क्रिप्टिव पर्पस. बेसिकली जो ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन है वो यहाँ से बनते हैं कि ब्राउन कोल कौन सा है एंड ब्लैक और हार्ड कोल कौन सा है. तो जो बेसिस था क्लासिफिकेशन था, द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ कोल्स वाज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ह्यूमिक एंड द सैप्रोपेलिक कोल. ओके, व्हाट इज ह्यूमिक कोल? So humic coal is basically they are composed of a diversified mixture of macroscopic plant debris and they typically have a banded appearance. जो humic coal है that is made up of macroscopically plant debris and they typically have a banded appearance. Okay, and when we talk about sapropelic coals, so they are composed of a restricted variety of microscopic plant debris and have a homogeneous appearance. Okay, so difference is important that how they are formed. Okay, sapropelic and humic coal. So firstly we will discuss about humic coals. So for the humic coals the term lithotype is applied to the different microscopically identifiable layers in the coal seams. जो lithotypes हैं they have been recognized macroscopically identified layers in the coal seam. Okay, so that is very important. Or we can call them banded constituents of the coal or the physical properties of a coal or the macroscopic constituents of coal, whatever is asked, it's the same thing. And Stopes proposed 4 lithological types or we call them lithotypes for describing humic coals. So let's discuss it out one by one. Number one is, and very important number one is vitrine. So vitrine is a black, glassy and vitreous material. So the characteristic property of vitrine is that it's black in color, glassy material, okay, and bright glassy bands of coal which are up to half centimeter thick and with a bright luster thin bands and is brittle. So vitrine breaks into finer angular fragments and is commonly concentrated in the fine fraction of mined coals. Vitrine is found in most humic coals and is usually consists of the microlithotype vitrite and with come vitrinite rich chlorite. Second one is clarine. So clarine is a bright with a silky luster between vitrine and durine and it occurs in a fine lamination. So banded constituents which resembles or which occurs in fine lamination, that is known as clarine, and it comprises alternate thin layers of often 1 millimeter. It can include the microlithotype vitrite, chlorite, diorite, fusite and trimacarite. Okay, this is about the clarine. And third one is durine. So it's a gray to black with a dull luster and fractures onto a rough surface fragments. Okay, so durine जो है that fractures onto rough surfaces fragments. Only lenses thicker than 3 to 10 mm are referred to as durine. So for any mineral matter or banded appearance to be durine, the lenses should be thicker than 3 to 10 mm. And it's less common than vitrine and clarine in humic coals but can occur in extensive layers with a coal seam. And duraine is composed mainly of microlithotypes diorite and trimeserite. And fourth one is fusan. So fusan is also known as mineral charcoal, and it's black, soft, very friable, and easily distinguishes into a black fibrous powder. Fusan occurs in coal as lenses, usually several millimeters thick and often concentrating in the discrete layers in the coal. Next is the sapropellic coals. So sapropellic coals are formed from the biological and physical degradation products of coal peat forming environments, with the addition of the other materials such as plant spores and algae. So sapropellic coals mainly they are formed because of the biological and physical degradation of coal products such as peat forming environments. Biological process and physical process is very important, and they contains mineral matter such as plant spores and the algae material, and the resultant sediment is an accumulation of colloidal organic mud in which the concentrations of spores remains and or algae are present, and they are characteristically fine grained, homogeneous, dark in color. The characteristic property is that they are fine grained, homogeneous and dark in color, and display a marked conchoidal fractures. So this is very important property of sapropellic coals, that they form or they mark a conchoidal fracture, display a marked conchoidal fracture. They may occur in association with humic coals or as individual coal layers. Okay. Cannel coals. So cannel coal is black and dull. It's homogeneous and brick with a conchoidal fracture. It composed largely of microspores and organic mud laid down under the water, such as in shallow lake. Boghead coal is algal coal. जो algal coal है, that is also known as boghead coal. And the criteria for the assignment of a coal to be boghead is that the whole mass of that coal originated from algal material without consideration of the states of preservation of that algal colonies, that it is whether they are well preserved or completely decomposed. So this is the criteria to assign a coal to be boghead coal. And boghead coals migrate laterally or vertically into true oil shales. So between these two major types of sapropellic coals, some transitional layers also occur, such as cannel boghead or the boghead cannel coals. They can be recognized between two successive layers. There may be a sapropellic coals, transitional coals or intermediate forms, which are known as cannel boghead or the boghead cannels are recognized. Essentially all sapropellic coals look similar in hand specimen. जो sapropellic coals हैं, they looks completely similar in hand specimen, but in order to distinguish them separately we need microscopes. Okay, so this was our discussion about microscopic constituents of the coal and their classification. Okay, thank you.